One of the new things that came out with Identity Manager 3.5 is what they call policy libraries. And basically, policy libraries is a container that basically you can share your policies with other drivers. You can create basically a library either under a driver set or a directory container, or under the driver, like I said, the driver set itself. And basically, these libraries can hold DirectXML script, they can hold XSLT, ECMAScript, mapping tables, different things. And so what's nice about those is you can store those in a library, and basically you can use any of your drivers and point to those libraries and use them at any point in your driver, such as in your event transformation or your command transformation. And it's really just as simple as going to your command transformation, if you wanted to put it there, and do a linkage to the library. So there is talk about why use libraries, should you use libraries for everything, and there's obviously cases where you could use libraries for everything. You could make a library for placement rules, a library for create rules, and so on. Talking with consultants and so on, I guess the best advice they told me is if it's something specific to a certain driver and it's specifically only for that driver, keep it within the driver. So there's really no need to have a library. However, if there is something where you can create a shared policy or a mapping table or maybe some ECMAScript that can be used by more than one driver, that is the case where you would want to use libraries. So if it can be shared by more than one driver, definitely create it in the library. If it's only specific to that driver, keep it within that driver itself. As you can see here, here's a library. You can install those on the driver set, and it's just as easy as going right-clicking, hit New, and then you can create a library. You notice we have two libraries set up here. One's called Identity Manager 3.5, one's called Non-Authoritative Violations. So underneath here, the library, you can see how we have a policy there. As an example, if you want to see how easy it was for a driver to use that, let's say, for example, we wanted to put that on Active Directory, and maybe we wanted to put it on, since it's non-authoritative, maybe we want to make it so that anything coming from the publisher side won't happen. We don't want user accounts being created in AD. They should only be happening from the Identity Vault. So I could go into the publisher, and you notice I have my command transformation and basically have my event flow here. Well, maybe I want to stop this early, so what I would do is I'd come to the event transform, because that's the placement before earlier in the channel. So I would come here, right-click, and I would choose Link Existing Policy and Set. And then what would happen is this would bring this up here, and now it would allow me to go out here and choose non-authoritative add violations. And if I come in and look here, you notice now it is part of that. Okay, so that allows me to link that to that library. Now, one question I'm sure you're having is what if I export this driver out? What if I export the Active Directory driver out? Will it grab that? Yes, it will. So when you export your driver, it'll ask you a question. Do you want me to grab all linked policies, so on, with that export? So if you select yes there, then it will grab that information. So that's an example of using the library and actually tying it to a specific driver.